Good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best cash records on social media. I did have it scheduled for 10:15, but things messed up, so I rescheduled it right now. I hope everybody is doing fine. This is the 11th Sunday conversation with the number one grinder. Hashtag family, hashtag the truth. Again, number one grinder. So again, this is the 11th Sunday conversation with Noah Grinder. Hopefully, you get some people, to talk to something. Come on the panel. Hope we can have that. Um, that's Sister Khadija Reeves. That should tell you something, y'all. I can never say I don't get it, but this country is crazy. People in this crazy. No, your government's up in shambles. All forms of government. And maybe we'll probably touch on it a little later on if somebody willing to talk about it. Um, the more on the losses of the Denver shooting this past weekend. Cassie said whiteness is full in effect, right? And there are quite a few people around the world being misled. Um, there's a walkout. I found out in Washington D.C. They want government to take over the city. There's a whole lot going on. Touch on it. Terrence Crawford beat Canelo last night. Shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. Like I said, I really don't care for none of either of them fighters. I really do. I talk about it, but I really don't care for none. For none. So, but shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. He went up in weight and beat him. Um, yeah. But Canelo, do you want a rematch? You know, um, but I can tell you this: 154 weight class, weight class. They got quite a few hitters. Got quite a few hitters. So, but shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford, big win. So But let me get these announcements out the way before I continue. Shout out to my underrated one family. Let's keep on stand on the truth and fight for it. Very much appreciate my day ones and the ones along the way. Thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Um, Shout out to my underrated one family. Shout out to No Ducks on family, brother Clay, his wife, the rest of the brothers and sisters there. Shout out to y'all. Keep on doing what you're doing. Um, Shout out to Mighty LDBC. That's what lies there. Box community, also basketball community. Shout out to Brother Sunday Sports. Want to create and the brothers sisters in there. The Jets playing Buffalo today. I don't know what's on. I don't know if they featured on Ray TV. I don't know. Well, go to show you white supremacists full in effect. And you know it was a bomb threat of our HBCUs, right? How ain't nobody don't want to talk about that, right? They're trying to, and you know they're trying to blame us as a people. We had something to do with it in Utah, the assassination, but that's how they do it. But go to show you, if you don't do things their way, even something they look like them, you gone. And so now people feel sad now. I don't know what to do. I never do it like that. Yes, you do. Yes, you did. You let your racist and your hateful ways get in the way of logic, truth. So we have to understand that we're dealing with dangerous and wicked people. We are. People can say we not, but we are. And I don't understand some of us as the people too. You're giving us giving our blueprint. The people don't care for us. I really don't. But it'd be good. See, you can get it back. That's why I feel running back. That's what I would. I run it back. But it remains to be seen. Shout out to brother Jesse. Thanks for having me up there hours ago. Appreciate that. But I do want to talk about this that I know people talk about freedom of speech. Yeah, there are some say that he deserved to get assassinated. Listen, I'm not going to touch that, but I thought it was about freedom of speech. But you know what though? So funny. I was talking to a few people that I'm cool with, right? They talk about freedom of speech, right? But why all this assassinations going on, especially our people? Huh? And even around the world. Boy, we're gonna stick to USA. You know, JFK got assassinated in 63. Bobby Kennedy got assassinated in 68. And same year, Dr. Martin Luther King. I mean, between that, I'm sorry, before that was Malcolm X. Martin Luther King's mother got assassinated, 74, church. So it's really, mm, what freedom of speech means, especially our scholars in the past, had died. Get, get, um, get slaughtered for nothing. Said they got the shooter. So you want to see what this USA is going to do something about that? There are some people saying that he should get the death penalty. There are some like, is you sure you got the right person? Oh, you're not saying that because y'all hope your hope is somebody looks like us as African descent. Hmm. That's why he's saying that. Well, we want to talk about everything. That's why I hope people come by. You know, you know. So let's dive into it. Talk about anything. I mean, long as be respectful. That's all counts, right? All right. But I hope that you have a blessed. I hope your Sunday is going to be good. Last day of the weekend. Back tomorrow. Start all over again, right? So So especially our people, we really have to talk, but we have to go in depths about history because some of us don't really know. I mean, I ain't gonna say some of them. We don't know what's happened really. Well, we know happened in the past, but we don't really talk about it. But they say it's the past, but we suffering. You got children. It's not what Turkey on, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Especially us men too. But you know, when you don't not in order. They want to come after you. They want to come after you. And any, I find this out too. When I was a preteen, any black woman defend family, also defend the black man in the family and fight for them. Make sure that he's respected and loved. Some of y'all have a problem with it. Now we can go and say that there's a sickness, or there's some drama in their life went through. But I want to say this though. I don't think these people do not want to be better. I believe some of us don't want to be better. We don't. We don't. We want to keep this narrative going, and you know it won't stop the narrative because the ones do not look like us. You throw some Hispanics in there too. You know, hey, let's talk about that too. Get down with it. Some people down with it too. You got some women trying to tell how men feel. You got some men tell how women feel. All that. You know? Then you got some. I don't believe around. I don't believe in families. I don't believe in it. So if you don't believe around families, don't be around families then. Okay. And especially us as a black man. If that black woman do not want order, you know what I'm saying? Leave her alone. Simple as that. Just as a black woman. The black woman. If the black man is not willing to be in order, leave him alone. That's it. If they don't want to, trust me, they will learn the hard way. Trust me, they will learn the hard way. Stress out, stress over that. As a man, I'm gonna stick up for men, but also I stick up for family. There's nothing gonna change. I stick up for the woman, black woman. That's all I do. The ones want to be in order. You're not any black man, any black woman refuse to be in order. I'm not dealing with you. I'm not. Take me into that devil abyss. You want to be in the devil abyss? That's it. That's on you. You be there by you are there by yourself. We over here trying to do our best despite we imperfect, stand for righteousness. So we gotta understand that. And I mean, we had to continue having discussions. I remember one time, this was a while back. This was like maybe a few years ago. I was start was take care, son. I think I will. Hold on, fam. Let me wait. Hey, I'm back. I'm back. Hey, D-Lo, how you doing, sis? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad that you're here. Happy that you're here. Thank you, thank you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was just talking about, Charlie White, the man got shot. And also I was talking about the Denver shooting, school shooting, and also us as a people, us as people need to react. Oh, sorry, let me put the link in the chat. Especially anybody that wants to come up, they can come up. I wasn't putting out there, nobody wasn't here. Uh-huh. Probably when the code didn't come up. But shout out to my Facebook fam, LinkedIn fam, YouTube fam. Thank you. Just see, you need to stay on code. You need to stay on code. A lot of us do not want to stay on code. Thank you. That's the link that D Love put. That's my secondary channel. That's channel when this channel was temporary. What temporary I couldn't use it. That's channel I was using and got this fixed. So that's channel. Go check that out. So how you feel, Sister D Love? How you feel? Hope everything's all right with you. Hope everybody's doing all right. But well, I hear Sister D Love, we was talking about how, the president called the man. He's a model of American hero. Okay. So so well, no. Hope we can get some people to come and talk. Not I'm out. Yeah, so yeah. This just it's been crazy, Then why the president talks about making an American hero and all that. What about the people? What about go and check out the people who got shot in high school in Denver, Colorado? What you gonna check out, President? But this is the same president, right? This is the same president that helped patent the Proud Boys and women, Proud Boys and girls. Had people had congressmen, some congressmen running for their life, right? This is supposed to be in the federal building, right? People could talk all they want to, right? You know, but that's a crime, right? That is a crime. But hey. Now people go say, "Oh, you talking liberal? You talk about conservative?" And this, no, no, no. Whatever. There ain't no citizens don't supposed to go and violate federal buildings, property like that. I'm supposed to do that. And there are some people, even though Minnesota, that's what happened in Minnesota too. No, well, I'm talking about the one in Denver, Colorado. You know, Combine. No, I think it was another other school. I think, but this one, he's a 16-year-old. How you get hands on guns like that? But these are the same ones. Second Amendment. Second Amendment. Violate Second Amendment. But I'm saying, like, these are the people talking, oh, they mentally ill and stuff. These are racist people. And these kids inherit their races from their parents. But Black Historical College, right, get bomb threats. What's up with that? HBCUs. Huh? But again, Terrence Bud Crawford had won a unanimous decision against Alvarez. Congratulations to him. Like I said before, I really don't care for none of those fighters. But congratulations to Terrence Bud Crawford. All family. Hello? 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 No. Knocking on my People knocking on my door. I want to do a Woody for a dollar. What's wrong with y'all? Stop knocking on my door. Yeah. All right, I got you, we could talk about it too. I don't care. We can talk about that fight. No. Got you. So, but I know a lot of people gonna be talking about it today, tomorrow. So I would shout out to Bro Clemens because I think the most I probably talk about it, man. He said maybe up to Monday and that's it, or Sunday, that's it. Other than that, it's all right. The New York Jets playing Buffalo Bills today. I don't know what time. I think they play in the afternoon. I think. Gotta check it out. But let's see what happens. All right. Let's see. I don't know. I gotta find out. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna tell you. I might go back live today. I might go back live today. I don't know. It depends. I might go back live today. So I want to see. Let's see how it's gonna be. You know, if nobody don't come, I'm gonna stay a few more minutes, and now I'm gonna cut this out. Oh, I'm just saying, get it right. Oh, I did a live yesterday. I mean, I did a chop up yesterday. My brother 7 8 Sports TV. I had to cut short because he have to he has take care of his family. Want to go check it out. It's pretty good. So go check that out. Shout out to brother 7 8 Sports TV. Thank you. Ooh. Um, let's see what happens. Again, shout out my channel is underrated darkness. Shout out to the peoples. This is 11th Sunday conversation with no one grinder. Hashtag family. Hashtag the truth 2025. No one grind is Sunday conversation. Waiting for some people to come. I'll put the link out again. I think what I'm thinking about doing. Anytime. Well, I'm thinking about doing it on Sunday conversation or later. That's what I'm thinking about doing. Cause I used to cook and develop conversation, develop topics and talk about. But I ain't gonna do that because that was back in the days. I'll leave it as that. You know. Yeah, some people had came to me, asked me if everything was starting that up again. I said, I thought about it. I said, no. I did try it 2020, but it wasn't there. It was not there. It was not there. Wasn't there. That's why I had nah. So I'm thinking about probably start later. I'm still thinking about it. I know that's like football season here, so there's gonna be some people want to watch football, you know. But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it out. Maybe I'll try maybe like maybe 4:30, 5 o'clock. No, but I'm gonna see though. I see. Cause see, this is what I'm saying. If I want to do that, people got to participate. Sister D Love. People got to come to the panel. I don't want to just do it. Just do it. People got to participate. That's the only thing. But you come up now. You come up now. I see the link. Cause I want to do a chopper with you anyway, D Love. Come up. What time is it? 12:19. I hope everybody's doing well. Hey Jesse, how you doing? Hey, good. Thank you. If you want to come up for a few minutes, let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you want to come up. Anytime. Thank you. If you want to come up, let me know right now. If not, I'm shutting this down. Most like I said, most likely I'll probably come back later. But if you want to come up, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. I got you. Okay, how far are you from the house? Mm-hmm. 15 minutes. I see what happened. I see what's up. I see what's up. Do y'all want me to stay on a little longer? Yes or no? No. Press one, yes. Press two for no. Or press three, maybe. Okay. Press one. All right. Mm-hmm. Oh, you said three, maybe. Okay. It's the same thing you was talking this morning, some of it. So yeah, I talk about him a little bit. Sorry, Kirk. Okay. You know, people still talking about that. I mean, it's all right, but what we should talk about too, how this president call him say he's an American hero. I get you. I get you. Trying to blame it on us. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, but that's what the president say. American hero. So you know when the president alleged, you know where his base at. We should know. That's what I'm saying. We should talk about stuff like that. Y'all agree? Press yes or two no. Let me know. We should talk about what y'all talking about. We talking about yes or no. Press one for yes, two for no. Okay. All right. That's cool. Yeah, we should talk about that. Yeah. All that extra is nonsense. Like I always say, you, Jesse, you and D Love, no, I always say connect the dots. We connect history. When you know about history of this USA, you connect the dots. Some of us as us as the people, I mean, don't want to connect the dots. There's no surprise. Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back. Gotta take care of something. Sorry about that. You can hear me, press one. Sorry about that. Sorry for the inconvenience. Thought what I had to take care of. Maybe right there. Yeah, I can finish it, but it wasn't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But people is tripping though. They're really tripping. No. People definitely tripping. Well, like I said, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna try it out. Sunday conversation. See how that goes. Start later time. And if people likes it, they come. I ain't gonna do it every week, but I do it sometimes. I see what's up. Okay. That's crazy though. Then you got some people say, man, who cares that he passed away? And this and that. I mean, it's all right. I mean, like people say what they want to say. So, sick. I call it sick talk. That's a good question. That's an excellent question. The American hero. Yeah, I get it. But we did like I said. I mean, like people like I'm saying, Donald. Orange Crush 47. I mean, he got everybody fooled. He got some people fooled, not me. and a few others. You know, okay, what's going on, brother McClain? I'll put the link in the chat. If you can, come on up. If you can, I'm just saying. If you can't, I understand. That's my brother McClain right there. That's my that's my brother. He's my brother. That is a song back in the early 70s by the Osmonds. He's my brother. Yeah, there's a link if you want to come up, brother. Hit that. We can talk about the fight and everything, talk about different stuff, man. But shut up, thank you. Yeah, my Bronx brother, man. My Bronx brother. Yeah, we can talk about the fight, the history of it and everything. I might talk about the fight some more. I think about it. But it gotta be panel it gotta be panel discussion. It's really crazy. I mean, the way how things is right now, and you can talk about sports, you can talk about politics, anything. Just people just weird. They weird. Oh, But shout out to brother. Okay, cool. That's the one I'm talking about. All right, bang. Hello.
Underrated. What up?
What up, brother McClain? Bronx Biggs himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday to everybody. Peace and blessings to everybody. What's going on?
Thank you, man. He very suddenly gets on here on Sunday, so that's a blessing. Thank
Yeah. Good afternoon, I should say, also to everybody too, man. What up, though? What's popping? What we
you. Man,
talking about, man?
we talking about Charlie White, talking about the fight. Yeah, it doesn't make a difference.
You said we was talking about what?
I said I was talking about the guy got shot, the racist. Then also we're talking about the fight a little bit. Talking about a little bit of everything.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I'll talk about the fight. I don't know nothing about homie. And listen, when a black man gets shot, ain't nobody making a big deal out of it. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying that man deserved it, but when we get shot, nobody making a big deal out of it. So it is what it is, man. That's
Yeah,
America for you. That's America for you, though, right? Great
yeah,
old,
yeah,
great old USA. This is the place where they tell you to get out and go vote and get out and go do this and go out and go do that, man. This world is full of shit.
yeah. But we can talk about the fight though.
Oh man, our brother made history last night. I didn't know what he was gonna go in there and do last night, so I'm not gonna. I rooted for Bud. But just because you root for somebody, that doesn't mean they're going to win. You see,
Right,
because everybody made this a racial thing. If you black, you should go for Bud. If you Mexican, which we have to stop doing that because in boxing, color shouldn't matter. We got
right.
more people out here pushing color than you just want to see the best fight the best. I've taught myself to. Taken out. No, it's not. It's definitely not talked about when we get taken out. It's definitely not. That's why I don't give a shit about what happened to dude. Um, But it was great last night, man. History. I didn't see Bud doing that. Some people said they did see it in him, and maybe people had more belief. But I'm the type of guy underrated. When it comes to this boxing, I don't get caught up in what everybody else get caught up in, and I'm not on the same type of timing as every other content creator. This is why I say I love boxing different from everybody because the shit that y'all focus on is what I don't focus on because I don't care nothing about it because it doesn't do anything for me. I wanted to sit back last night and I say it made the best man win, but I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah,
I was rooting for Bud, and uh, I don't want to say Bud made it easy, but goddamn, baby, Bud made it easy.
yeah. That was like Now, like I said, they put out there, Brother McClain. I really don't care about any of them fighters. I don't. So, but
Um, we can't allow ourselves to underrated. This is why I separate myself from every other content creator in the world. And it doesn't make me better than anybody. I got a small channel of 661 people. Thank you for all my subscribers too. But I don't really care about all that. Some people are gonna say and do whatever to get their subscribers up, and I'm just not the guy who's gonna do that. I'm not gonna say what you want me to say, so you can keep coming to watch my channel. I said it weeks ago when everybody kept talking about Bud and Canelo for about 3 months. I said I'm not going to talk about it until it's the week of the fight, because the problem is y'all keep talking about stuff. What could you possibly say the week of the fight different that you didn't say 2-3 months ago? So,
right.
and I'm glad that I waited, because had I would have talked about this fight last month or the month before, I would probably wouldn't have been too interested in talking about it fight week. So being that I waited till fight week, it made me want to talk about it even more. And that's what I'm going to do for now. Devin Haney and Brian Norman is not till November. We're in September. I'm not going to talk about that now.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I'm
since
going
we'll
to
talk
wait.
about that. Right.
I'm going to wait. You understand? We got a lot of stuff that, you know what I mean? That's just how I am. But that whole card last night was great to me. The only fight that didn't really get me off was probably the Jermaine Franklin, the heavyweight fight. I was glad to see him back in, but that didn't really move me, and I think I was kind of in and out. But other than that, from the prelims to the undercard to the main event, hey man, hats off to Turkey Ali Sheik, man. Hats off to Dana White. All that shit I loved it, and we got to see it for free 99. For free 99. I mean, it was
That's a bargain.
yeah. And then there were probably more people. There were probably more people who watched it for free than probably who would have paid for it. And not to say if people wouldn't have paid for it, but it was just more great that it was on Netflix. And I'm glad that Netflix got this relationship with the sport of boxing. Because let's just put it this way: every fight is not a pay per view because the names are big. Um, Canelo and Crawford names are very big. Um, Even though people felt like, these guys didn't fight who we wanted them to fight. And I said this in my video recently, yesterday and the day before, and a couple of times I said it, that, yeah, people are going to be mad at Canelo because he didn't fight David Benavidez. People wanted Crawford to fight Jerome Boots Ennis, but y'all get over it. Get over it. That's none of that is going to happen right now. I believe Canelo has maybe 2 or 3 fights left with Turkey Ali Sheik. And I know Shiraz, the one who beat Edgar Berlanga, was supposed to be getting a shot at Canelo. So if y'all gonna see any fight with Canelo next, it'll probably be with Shiraz. And if Shiraz ends up giving him a great fight, even though he could beat Shiraz, then it might be time for him to sit down. And as far as what Crawford is going to do, like he said last night, there's a possibility he might go down to 60. So which lets us know that he might not be over. But I'm gonna tell you this: if Crawford really, not to take anything away from him, he's great. But if they just so happen to rematch it, if that just so happens to happen, then it's not the biggest fight in history anymore. It's the biggest fight ever. Ever. Now, do we want to see a rematch? That's on them. I'm cool if they don't go at it again. But if they go at it again, I'm telling you, it's gonna be bananas.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be bananas. So forget it just being the biggest fight. It'll be the biggest fight ever. But shout outs to them. You know what I mean? But I definitely didn't see Crawford making it look that easy, and he didn't let Canelo bully him. He didn't play Canelo. He didn't play Canelo's game. He kind of took a page out of Demetrius Bivol page, where you see Demetrius Bivol didn't let Canelo bully him.
I'm glad that you brought that point, because remember I said that if you take a page out of Bible, because you know who want to fight. I keep on saying this. Tell them if I'm right or wrong. I said about Canelo cherry picking, golf out cherry picking. If you make him go backwards, constant pressure, he cannot deal with it. And what I love about Crawford, he make him constantly go backwards. And even Canelo trying to go, he slip his punch and make him pay. And it's like, and it was like really like, I seen the fight, and I was like, this morning, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Usually Canelo doesn't take a fight unless he knows he can win.
right.
Because if you see that he picks a guy 2 weight classes smaller than him over somebody who's actually in his league, which is David Benavidez, then you start to question him. Like, why would you take this? Because remember, Canelo doesn't take fights unless he knows he can win,
Right.
and the money is guaranteed. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
he looked at Crawford as, oh man, this would be a walk in the park for me, buddy.
Yeah.
You're not a natural 68 pounder. I'm not worrying about you. I'm not worrying about you. You're not even a natural 60. I'm not worrying about you, man. This will be I'm in for a fight, but hey, at the end I'll get my hand raised. And it didn't happen that way, man. I said yesterday, and I think the day before, I said, what's gonna happen in the first 5 rounds if nothing he does to Crawford bothers him? In the first 5 rounds, if nothing that he does to Crawford bother him, we're going to have a problem. And I
Yeah.
said, if it happens to go 12 rounds, we might have that's going to, I said, if it goes 12 rounds, even if Canelo won, let's just say if he did win last night, it still would have been kind of embarrassing because people would still look at it, or as they're probably still looking at it now, that how do you go 12 rounds with a guy who's not even in your weight class, who comes 2, 3 weight classes down? That was another thing for people to look at. But either way you look at it, shit, it didn't matter. You know what I mean? He won, and Crawford did his thing, and he just boxed beautifully, man. He boxed real
He
beautifully.
did.
I didn't know how the fight was gonna go. I really didn't. I just wanted to sit back as a fan because a lot of these idiots for weeks and months have been getting caught up in these what I call boxing wars,
Yeah.
gang banging on boxing. I'm gonna actually be speaking about Canelo, and I'm going to be speaking about the fight a little later. I was going to go live this morning, but that fight didn't go off till this morning. Far
Right.
far as over here, East Coast time, because the time for Vegas, they're 3 hours behind us. So if it's 2 o'clock in the morning here, it's 12 midnight there. So I didn't go to bed, and I said, man, I'm not going to get up and do no live this morning. I'm just get up and do a live this afternoon speaking about it, because once tomorrow come, there's no more Crawford and Canelo talks. I've
Right.
been speaking about Crawford and Canelo probably since maybe Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm not the type of guy, you know who I am. And for all you guys that might not be following my channel and not know me, one thing about me, once a fight happens, I don't bury it, but it's time to move on to the next fight. So I'm not the guy who goes 2, 3 weeks, keep talking about the same fight, because I'm looking that if I keep doing this, I'll get the views I'm looking for. We have Gabrielle Frendora fighting this week, and my attention will be turned on her. So yeah, the Crawford and Canelo talks will be over. I know some of them are going to continue this week because people, like I said, they looking for views. I'm not looking for views. I can care less for that. Whatever views I get on my channel, I appreciate it, but I'm not looking for views. How many rounds did they go? If you said, um, they went the whole. You said how many rounds did they go? They went the whole 12 rounds. Whole 12 rounds, which was great. I think in 11th to 12th round, it looked like Canelo. Um, I don't want to say
Yeah.
gave up, but his body was just looking like
Yeah.
Bud hit him with something that kind of made him look like he was ready to walk away. Because he, at one point, he walked away, and I looked at him and I said, "Well, where the fuck is he going, to the bathroom?"
Right.
Because I didn't understand. He paused 1 minute. Bud hit him with something, and he kind of paused for a second. And I'm like as if he was turning to go back to the corner. I said, "Well, where's he going, to the bathroom?"
Yeah. I
Like,
thought the work going to start right there and then.
you know what? I think Crawford could have stopped him, but I don't think it was about stopping him. But I think he could have, in my opinion, for what I've sat and watched. I was sitting in my living room watching it, and I'm looking at it like, damn, I think he could really stop him if he wants to, man. But that's either here and there. It was great. This year has been a great year in boxing, and if you look at what we got coming up, it's about to even be a greater year.
Oh, great. Yeah. Yeah.
We got. You got to remember, November 8th, we have Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin. We got Sebastian Findora and Keith Thurman. I mean,
Yeah.
you got Devin Haney and Brian Norman. You got Anthony Yard and Benavidez. I mean, they're working on. I don't know how true it is, but two fights that I would love to see in 2026. I think one can happen more than the other, and that's Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. And then we had Andy Luis and Deontay Wilder do a little face off. So I'm thinking that they could be working on it, and then that's a fight we wanted to see about 2-3 years ago. Deontay Wilder versus Andy Luis. If I could get those two fights in 2026, we can just start our year off with that. Man, that'd be super. That'd be super dope. Wants to go. Yeah, right. Yeah, he wanted to go to rounds. That's what Crawford wanted to do. He wanted to go to rounds, and that's what he did. And to go to rounds with a guy who's, and mind you now, keep in mind for y'all that don't know, 168 pounds is not what Canelo walks around. Canelo's a much heavier man than that. So he had to outweigh Crawford, probably the same thing he did outweigh Mayweather, which was probably about 15, 20 pounds. See, y'all got to remember, your natural weight is not the weight that you compete at. There's probably only a few guys that you can say, hey, if I walk around at 135 and I compete at 135, there's only a few. And there's not too many. That's why you'll see guys struggle to make the weight, because sometimes they might be 10 pounds heavier than what they are, or they might be 5 pounds heavier. And you got these guys that kill themselves to make weight. It's not easy. It is not easy making this weight. If you are 168 pounds and at some point you weigh yourself in and you come in at 177, 178 pounds, shit, you got a problem. You're going to have a problem. So that means, hey, man, I don't think I can make this weight no more. I might have to go up to light heavyweight. That just might be me. Your body will let you know that. But it was all great, man. And now it's time, we don't need to be getting into these boxing wars on social media, which a lot of y'all gonna do, because a lot of y'all get horny. Y'all get horny off of arguing boxing. Like my man Crush say, y'all gonna need y'all moist meters. Because there's no need to go back and forth and argue. We seen a great fight last night. Now it's time to move on to the next. We got fights this week. Like I said, we got Gabrielle Frindora, somebody I spoke about before, and I'm going to be speaking about her again. So I'm not saying the Crawford and Canelo talks are just going to be swept under the rug, but we have to show respect to other fighters when it's their fight week. We can have our moments when we talk about it, but if we're real boxing fans, we're not just looking for views. Nobody's just looking for views, because the views are going to come. The problem is people look for views. You don't have to look for something that's going to come already. It's going to come. If people like your channel and they like what you do, you don't have to go out your way to do so much just to get views. If people like you, Underrated, and what you do, you don't have to jump out the window for views. Too many people are jumping out the window for views. Just be you.
Yeah.
That's all. Have the conversations that you want to have, whether people want to hear it or not. If people don't want to hear it, they ain't got to stay on your channel. You know how many YouTube channels are out here in the world talking about different stuff? You got channels that might talk about sexuality. You might got channels that talk about whatever, man. I don't give a damn what it is. You ain't got to watch me. But I'm not going to change my content just because, hey, man, if I make this type of video, if I make this kind of video, damn it, I bet you I get about 3,000 views. Now, what could I do? Let me talk about Carissa Shields and Layla Ali. That's how I get my views. For fucking what? Layla Ali ain't thinking about no Shields. She's on cooking channels. She's making money. Come on, man. Like, what do we talk about? Even if it's true, it's certain shit I won't entertain. But let's talk about Jake Paul and Tank. No. What the fuck I look like? Are you kidding me? That's Floyd Mayweather versus the Big Show, WrestleMania. That ain't no, I'm not talking that. They got a press conference this week in New York at the Palladium. You think I applied for that? Hell no. Underrated. Ask me why I didn't apply for it. I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, I never get no credentials when it comes to Jake Paul any fucking way, right? And I respect what Jake doing. I'm not mad at him. I'm more mad with Tank. And two, Tank never comes to a press conference in time.
He still don't.
When that Lamar Roach thing happened, man, we waited about 3 extra hours for him. Tiff beat me home. And at this time, I was supposed to be her home. By the time he pulled up, it was so damn dark outside, you thought it was a blackout in New York City again. Like, it was ridiculous. So I'm just on some, no, I'm not supporting that. And I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. And I'm not talking about it on my show. So it gets no play on my show. So when people go, oh, it's fight week, who you going for? I'm letting you know right now, there's a good chance I'm going to ignore you. And then you're not going to like my response because, you know, when people go to your channel and they see boxing, the first thing they think is, okay, this is a boxing channel, so we could talk
Right.
about this. And they make it feel like you have to talk about it, which they fail to realize my channel is bigger than boxing.
Mm-hmm.
My channel is about life. Now, don't get me wrong. I am in the boxing department. Yes, I am. You know, I deal with the amateurs and all that. I'm in that department. But every time something comes up that's involving boxing, don't think I'm going to talk about it because some things are not worth talking about. Some boxes are not worth talking about. You know, so what we saw this week was great.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see more of it. And those 2 fights I told you for 2026, I pray to God, you know, I pray to God that happens. And a lot of other fights. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm praying to see Carissa Shields back in there next year for 2026. I'm looking forward to see Alicia Barb back in there. Michaela Meyer, I believe she has a fight coming in October. She's another one of my favorite female fighters. So we got a lot going on, Playboy. It's a lot going on, underrated. And this is why I be like, I don't get caught up in all this nonsense that you see.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get caught up in it, man. We had a great week, man, and I'm just hoping that we move on to have a lot more great boxing events like that, man. You know, like I tell
Yeah.
people, I love the sport different from everybody. Everybody loves the sport when it's going the way they want it to go. And the minute the sport ain't going the way that they want it to go, everybody dislikes it. They got some, you know why I don't never have to complain about nothing? Because I don't react to every little thing that they put out. Because if I react to every little thing that they put out in boxing, I hate boxing today. I love it tomorrow. I would hate it today and I love it tomorrow. It's easy for me to continue to love it because I don't pay attention to it. Like that November 14th, the shit I was just telling you, I'm not paying attention to that shit. That shit don't upset me. You know why it don't upset me? Because I ain't got to support it. So it
Right.
doesn't even matter what happened after November 14th. Take a go on to fight freaking Shakur and I might still not support him. Because that was a bullshit ass move.
It is.
Boxing is half boxing and half wrestling. You know it's crazy. Dana White then got involved. Triple H is in it now. What the fuck going on here?
No sense.
I mean, we might as well go ahead and bring Vince McMahon in.
What?
While you at it, bring Paul Heyman. Maybe we can get our first label, tables, ladders, and chairs in boxing. Like what the fuck? Like, I understand it's all business now. I'm not trying to, you know, but it's all business. These are people with money. These are people with money. But I'm not mad at Turkey Al Sheik. I tell you what, I got to take my hats off to him because that was a mean ass card yesterday. There wasn't one boring fight. It was probably the heavyweight fight was the only thing that was like, man, this is all right. But other than that, all the fights was good. They were good. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you know, we getting ready to have something in New York. So I don't know, man. We gotta step our game up. Everybody else is getting the good fights except for us. And at some point, that's why we came.
Man.
I mean, we got Danny Garcia. Even though people be like, I don't want to see Danny. You don't want to see Danny, but you damn sure gonna sit your asses down on November 14th and watch Tank versus Jake. But you don't want to see Danny. Man, get the fuck out of here. When does that make sense?
That doesn't make no sense.
I don't want to see Danny Garcia. Well, guess what? Danny ain't the only one that's made a comeback. Pacquiao that made a comeback. There's so many. Keith Thurman that made a comeback. Jamel Charlo could possibly make a comeback. Earl Spence might make a comeback, and it might be Jamel Charlo versus Earl Spence. Another fight I'm looking for. Excuse me, underrated. That was another thing I forgot to mention. So if my 3 fights for 2026 are those fights right there. Wilder versus Luis.
Mhm.
Lopez versus Stevenson, and Spence versus Charlo. Those are my three for 2026.
And,
Y'all
and,
going?
and that fight, Spence against Charles, that'd be 154, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. That'd be a 54. Listen, because this year is already coming to an end. We probably got what 3 more months before we say goodbye to this year, and for 2026, what better way to start 2026 out than to start it out like that? We got Boots fighting on October 11th.
Right.
We don't know what we don't know where that lead him. We want to see him and Virgil get it on. Hopefully, him and Virgil can get it on in 2026. Who knows, man? This is why I'd be like, I don't have time to complain boxing. Y'all be complaining and game banging on boxing. I have no time for that, bro. You got people that they don't even go live on YouTube no more because they don't have the love to talk about boxing no more because of what they hear or what they see. Or they wasn't getting the views or support they thought they was gonna get, so they disappear. Man, I'm not going nowhere underrated. I don't care if I got one person watching me and one like. I'm not going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, bro. Because the
Yeah.
one thing about us is that we could talk boxing, but then we could talk outside of boxing. That's what makes people like me and you great. A lot of guys can't do that. They can't do it or they don't want to do it because they want to do what brings views. And that's cool to a certain extent. But when you can't be comfortable on your own show and talk about something that's on your mind, you want to talk about it, but then you don't want to bring it to the people because the first thing you go is they ain't going to listen to that. I'm not going to get no views for that. Well, then shit. Then if I can't take a time where I want to speak and say what's on my mind because I have to please you because I done spoiled y'all. I done spoiled y'all with all this boxing. Then y'all ain't no real supporters. Keith Thurman when I've been on the. Oh, you got to get back into boxing. You got to get back into boxing, D Love. You should know a lot of this. You got to know since 2020, since you've been. That's too long for you to be out. You got to catch up.
Yes. Yeah.
That's too long. That's 2025. It's hard for you to be a part of a boxing conversation if you don't know what's going on. You should have been caught up. I know we all get busy in this world, but you should have been caught up. It's going on damn near 2026. Got to catch up. It's hard to be a part, and this is why I tell people it's hard to be a part of a boxing conversation if you don't watch it. You got to catch up. Got to catch up. Because the thing is, it's you won't know what's going on. So anytime somebody posts something, right? Love. Anytime somebody posts something, you'll probably believe what's post. But if you know what's going on and you've been reading and you're catching up on stuff, then you'll be like, that can't be true. Like when they posted that Crawford hurt his shoulder, that was never true. Cloud chasing at your finest. Oh, Tank Davis is retiring. Cloud chasing at your finest. But somebody who don't know, who hasn't caught up on boxing, you know what they'll do? They'll sit there and be like, hey, man, the fight might be in jeopardy because they said that Crawford hurt his shoulder. Oh, man, well, I guess we ain't going to ever see Tank and Shakur. They said Tank retiring. And, Tank says a lot of things, so you really can't believe what he say all the time. But even with that post, I was like, I don't believe that. You know what I mean? So, this is why it's important that if you are a part of the sport of boxing, or even if you're just a fan or casual, whatever you want to call it, y'all have to keep up with what's going on. Because a lot of these channels, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, but some of them, they be capping.
Hey, what's up, Sister Michelle tonight? Thanks for coming. Yeah, I mean they become
What's up, sis? I used to get my highlights from my. No, see, highlights don't. Highlights just tell pieces and pieces of the story. You can't get your information from highlights. Highlights are exactly what they call it. is highlights. It's like if you watch baseball, basketball, football, and you be like, yeah, this team whooped their ass. I saw the highlights. But that's just highlights. Highlights just tell bits and pieces of what happened. You have to go watch the whole full game to see what happened. And then you
Yeah.
can go from there and judge. I always tell people, you watch a fight and you go, oh, I watched the fight. I watched the highlights. Highlights just tell bits and pieces of the story.
Right.
But when you want to see the full fight, you got to go watch the whole thing.
Yep.
See, it is no point of us calling ourselves boxing fans and then we're picking and choosing what we think makes us fans. If we're going to be fans, and I'm not coming at you, love, so I don't want you to think that. I'm just talking in
Nice.
general. That if we're going to be fans of the sport and we're going to claim we love it, we got to love it all the way. We can't love it halfway.
Like she said, I guess to get updates, but I'm going to tell you, watch the fight.
Yeah, not just watch the fight. Sometimes you got to do some reading. You got to read up on stuff sometime.
Yeah.
You can't believe everything you hear, and you can't believe everything that's being posted because you got a lot of people out here that's capping. They post to get a response out of people, man. That's just what people do, man. A lot of these guys you see on some of these channels that push stuff, it'd be a bunch of bullshit. It'd be a bunch of bullshit. You said boxing's one of your favorite sports, then you shouldn't have been out since 2020. If that's one of your sports, then you supposed to have been updated on everything that's going on. You supposed to know that Keith Thurman's coming back. That's something that's you got to know that. You got to know that Deontay Wilder and Andy Luis is probably going to fight. Shakur Stevenson and Lopez is probably going to fight, and possibly we might get Earl Spence, Jamel Charlo.
Yeah.
See, it's easy for somebody to say it's their favorite sport, but if they're not keeping up with it, and sometimes we tend to lose moments because we get busy, but we can't have a 5-year stretch of saying, "Hey, I ain't been keeping up with boxing since 2020." That we got to make that make sense. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's not me jumping on nobody, but you know what I mean. We just got to keep up. Like I can't tell you what's going on in basketball. I don't keep up for real. I ain't gonna hold you. I might hear a trade or two or something, but I don't really keep up with it, so it'd be hard for me to talk it. If I do talk it, I could tell you a little about last year, because I stayed more in tune with it last year, only because I thought my Knicks was gonna do something. Damn it. It's okay. But yeah, man, we just gotta I don't know, underrated, man. You know what I mean? I just try to push my content the way I push it, man, and stick to what I know. Most definitely I don't view. Yeah, don't view highlights because highlights don't tell highlights just tell bits and pieces. That's like when somebody give you a story about something that happened, like if a fight happened and you missed it. Like let's just say you remember how a fight used to happen in your neighborhood in school underrated and you missed it. But somebody ain't giving you a full story. They just giving you the highlights. And you like, damn, I should have been here. They had a fist fight and I missed it. And somebody lied to you and they tell you bits and pieces of the fight. And you like, damn, man, y'all ain't giving me the full story. Y'all only giving me highlights. You giving me, you telling me what, you showing me what you want to show me. And that's what the highlights do. I'm not talking about it. Oh no, yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, love, because some people are think that some people will think like that. Oh, you coming at me? No, I'm not doing that. Yeah, because I want everybody. I want all of us. So when we all come up on the panel and we able to talk boxing, I want all of us to have some understanding of what it is that's going on, and we can all be able to talk about it without the bickering. You go to a lot of these channels, love, they be bickering and they're like a bunch of, some of these guys are fathers and grandfathers and they're acting like a bunch of eighth graders. Gang banging on boxing. It can't have a rational conversation.
Yeah.
We go from
Yeah,
we
because
go.
yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, because when I was sick, because I was supposed to go on like 10:15, but I got messed up. They messed up. So when I rescheduled it back to 11:15 when I was waiting, I don't believe Crawford win, man. I'm like, he won, okay?
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
are you,
yeah, yeah.
why are you, this is what I'm saying. I'm with you, brother. He won, okay? Accept that. He won.
If Canelo would have won last night, I would accept it. I wasn't up here. I
Right.
wasn't coming up. I wasn't coming up here with the angry black man mentality and oh, I don't like him because he's a Chicano. I wouldn't have did that because my thing was may the best man win. You understand? May the best man win. That's the attitude I have. But I was rooting for Crawford. Why wouldn't I? But I don't want people to get caught up in it. You got to root for somebody all the time because they're black. We
I
can't
mean, like,
we
yeah,
can't do that all the time. If you are a boxing fan, be a boxing fan, whoever you want to be a boxing fan of. Because let me tell you something, racism been going on, okay, especially in the sport of boxing. You understand what I'm saying? If you go back to when Larry Holmes fought uh, Jerry Cooney, and it went back before that, but I'm just talking about as far as that. What did Larry Holmes say? I had my mailbox shot at. I was getting death threats.
yeah,
They made it
real.
a black and white thing then, and that was what. And what was that in the? What was that? They
80,
did that in the 70s, 80s,
80, 81. It was 81.
81. Okay, okay. I always get it twisted, but you understand what I'm saying? So why we keep acting like this is some shit that just started? Racism is always going to be here, but if you're going to be a fan of boxing, be one, be a real one. That's all. Favorite sports: boxing, UFC. Yeah, UFC is great too. I like UFC. I like UFC. I always been a fan of UFC. So yeah, man. You know, underrated from the time we known each other. That's the way it's always been. Where you know we
Yeah,
used to be we used to be in some rooms where the conversations got nasty, and then here
very
it is,
nasty.
me and you gotta either call each other or text each other and be like, what the fuck was that about?
Yeah.
I thought we was having a conversation about boxing, and I just it went from that to people violating each other, and I'm like, wait a minute, yo,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we doing?
Yeah, right.
It's just that's
Oh,
why I
oh,
moved. That's why I moved the way I move on my show, and I stay away from that nonsense.
oh, you didn't
It's
come to
like,
my channel. Why you go to his channel? You ain't want to come to mine. Some shit. Come on.
yeah, people lie to get views and attention. It's always like that, love. It's listen, love. I got something that I always tell people on my show, and underrated. No, popularity versus the truth, and nobody cares about what's truth. They only care about what's popular. So keep that on your mind. Every time when it's popularity versus the truth is always gonna lose because people care about what's popular. They don't give a shit about what's true. They just care about what's popular. So when you're trying to bring receipts to the table and you're trying to explain things to people, the first thing they say is, "Love, you a hater. D Love, you a hater. You don't know what you're talking about, hater." How am I a hater if I'm spitting facts to you? I'm not telling
Right.
you something that I made up. I'm showing you receipts on this, and I'm telling you this, and you still look me in the eye and tell me I'm a hater. Make that make sense. That's why I don't go out my way to explain nothing to nobody underrated. I don't. You can believe it because we all can't make people believe in what we believe in, right? So you believe in what you believe in, and I'm a believer. But don't try to force your beliefs on me. That's why I love being me, and I love having my channel because that's what separates me from a lot of these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of you dudes are about a decision away from bending over and getting yeah, all right, whatever. I ain't want to take it there. Because a lot of y'all out here prostituting and doing anything for views. Anything. What could get me 2,000 views? Well, I'll just talk about, hmm, I'm gonna talk about underrated. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll talk about that disagreement me and him had, and I'll insult him in the best way I can, and I'm just gonna go all off on him, and
Then I'm gonna get back at Clarence McLean a few hours later and see
yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're not careful, you gotta have tough skin. First of all, to be a black person already, right? You gotta have tough skin. right? So, and also to be on this social media, having this YouTube, you got to have tough skin because you're going to have people that are going to try to find ways to run you out of here. They're going to run you out of here the best way they know how, if they can. If they can sweep you up under the carpet, they'll do it. They'll do it. The thing is, you have to have tough skin to stay here. You got to deal with the good, the bad, the ugly. You're going to have to deal with people that you thought that they were your friends, and they're going to talk about you.
Yup.
They're going to talk about you. And like I said, there's people who have walked away from YouTube. They come back when they feel like it. You know what separates me from them? I'm not going nowhere. You could talk about my dead relatives. You could do whatever, man. Because at the end of the day, none of y'all are doing nothing in real life anyway. Like none of y'all are gonna do nothing to nobody in real life. So the tough guy act is like, for what? We're not auditioning for a Nino Brown role. So what the tough guy stuff is not needed. Emotional mindset to take everything personal and lack of self control to react. Um, you have strong minded people, love, and you got weak minded people. That's the kind of people we have on earth that everybody wants to be loved and not disliked. So the minute something is said about something of somebody, that individual feels like they're gonna react the best way they know how to, because they might have thought that you was their friend, or they don't want you talking about them. I've had somebody I was cool with 2 years ago that labeled me a child molester, and people went for it. People actually went for it until I had receipts. Till I had receipts. Nah, brother, that ain't my kind of jacket. I ain't never been me. Then people want to start showing you love again after they found out, oh, that's not true about them. No, you can't come back over this way now. Keep your asses where you at.
Yup.
Keep your asses where you. But this is. But so now you probably thinking, love. Well, why would they say that about you? People will say anything because they're going through something. So to take the attention off what they're going through, they got to come up with something. You got people on here that just they not something's wrong with they mental. Everybody ain't meant to be on this YouTube just because they got a million subscribers. People
Mhm.
subscribing to you, but they really don't know what they subscribing to because they don't know you. They just know that you're talking about a sport that they love, but they don't know you. They don't know what they're subscribing to. And having a whole bunch of subscribers don't make you dope. Don't make you the shit. I know there's dudes out there. They got 100. I know there's a bunch of dudes out there. They got 100 friends, and they about the corniest, lamest people in the damn world. And you were thinking, well, he can't be that lame. He got 100 friends. That don't mean shit. He's a lame. Not just because I said, but because how he moves. So for all y'all to be thinking that having all these subscribers make y'all the shit. I mean, that's cool if you moving the way you supposed to. If you genuine, that's cool. But it's a lot of y'all moving goofy. So don't think having a whole bunch of subscribers and being monetized makes you the shit. Cause it don't. And when more people understand that, the world will be better. Underrated. You know me. That's why I'm called the no duck zone. Cause I don't duck a motherfucking thing. The stuff that y'all duck from, I don't duck from it. Yeah, people are about what's popular. It's always been like that, love, but it's worse on here in these YouTube streets. It's bad. Nobody cares about the truth. They want to only want to know what's popular. Hey, man, the truth is not going to get me 3,000 views. I want to hear what's popular, huh? If I got to talk about Tank and Jake Paul for the next damn month and a half, then that's what I do. As long as it brings me views, I'm gonna do it.
And
That's
listen,
cool. I mean,
yeah.
that's cool if that's what you want to do. That
Yup.
ain't me. My views are gonna come regardless. Rather if it's 25 views, rather if it's 50 views, rather if it's 100. I appreciate every subscriber I have. Everyone that I have, and half of them I haven't even met in real life. But I appreciate them. I'm at 661. Everybody helped me get to 700. All right. I'm at 661. Help me get to 700. Help my brother underrated get the way he got to get. Help my brother BBO get Thomas, prize fighter, everybody that's out there that we deal with that's pushing content. Crush the legend. Everybody that's out there pushing content, and especially my brother underrated. Don't be shy. Smash that like button. I promise you, when you smash it, it won't bite you. It's not gonna bite you. Know what I mean? But other than that, underrated, yeah, I'm in a couple of hours. I'm gonna be on. I should wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest with you because I really need a break. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah,
So
you should. Yeah, you should wait tomorrow, man. Wait
I
tomorrow.
might not come back on with no boxing today. I might just hold it for tomorrow. Usually, I do the morning chop ups. I might hold the morning chop up. Might not necessarily be one. We might just get straight into the boxing. Um, because right now I'm on some relaxed mode. I'm only on here with you because I'm like, this is my, you my brother, and I ain't been up here in a minute. So
I appreciate that.
I said, let me come rock with underrated. I don't get the, but I'm telling you, that fight went off so late, and I was so excited, and everybody went live at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning talking about this. Man,
Yeah, I know, right?
YouTube was jumping this morning.
You ain't lying.
YouTube was jumping underrated. I seen about 15 channels about 3 in the morning. I said, God damn, I got the notification for about 4 of them. I said, boo wee. Damn it. Boy, they on fire this morning. But I can't be up that late. I used to do all that. I can't really do that no more like that. I don't want to be talking to dudes at 3 in the morning. I ain't gonna hold you, yo.
Yeah.
I got Tiff in the bed with me and all that, man. I really don't be want to do
No,
that.
no. I was gonna do it this morning. I was gonna do an underrated boxing talk number
I would have, you know
98.
what, underrated? If I would have had it in me, I probably would have did one at 3 o'clock this morning. But I'm like, that's not me. I haven't done I've never done a live at 3 in the morning. I think I've always been a part of somebody's live. But as far as me doing a live at 3 in the morning, I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe on Christmas. Like if it's Christmas and I don't go to sleep, then maybe I could be up at that time. Maybe. But I can't be up 3 o'clock in the morning though. I'm not knocking nobody who does it, but I'm in the bed with my baby, man.
Yeah,
Shit,
I can.
I
Yeah, because I was gonna do it like 8 o'clock in the morning, but everybody was talking about it. I said, "Fuck it, man, let me just do this Sunday conversation." That's
yeah,
why
yeah,
I'm
yeah. Everybody, I mean, everybody would try to get it in today because it's Sunday, so people will be the. But you see, it doesn't even matter if it's today or tomorrow. You got people already on the. They've been on it since this morning. Some are going to be on this afternoon. Some are going to do a live tonight. Because if I do Canelo and Crawford tomorrow, I'm done. There's no more Crawford and Canelo talks Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's not going to be none of that. Like I said, Gabriel.
who knows? I might come later on and talk a little about
Um, yeah,
it. I don't know.
I'm probably gonna be on StreamYard because I'm waiting to restore it. Because this whole time I've been, for everybody who don't know, I wasn't on StreamYard. All this time I was on my regular YouTube. Because now that I know I could bring somebody up there, which I didn't really know, I said, oh, it's on now. I said,
Yeah,
it's on now.
how you do that? Because I'm trying to
So
bring
what you
people.
do is, I'm gonna show you how you do it.
All right, no problem.
I'm gonna show you how you do because it's real easy. When you go on regular YouTube, they got like that little cross in the middle. It's this little, I don't know, you should see it on your phone. But when you go to your YouTube, it's this thing in the middle that you press that you like if you get ready to go live and you start putting the title, then you put if you want it's the video for kids or not, or you can put the description and all that. And then it says go live together. So when you make sure you press that go live together, because if you don't press it, it's not gonna happen. When it press go live together and then it says next, then it goes to who you want to send the video to. Like who do you want to invite? But you can only invite one person,
Right.
which is good because I can still do my interviews. So which means I don't have to be on StreamYard, which I don't really care because StreamYard, then you got 4, 5, 6 people want to come up. I don't be want to really deal with all that.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with 4, 5, 6 people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it depends on who we talking about. So even just with the one guest, sometime I'm fine with it. Because I don't know how some dudes do it. They can have 8 to 10 dudes talking. Some people trying to talk over everybody. Then you gotta tell people to hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm not really with all that.
Yeah.
I need order. I don't need everybody trying to talk over everybody. That shit irritates me because I can't take noise. Like you see a Sunday in this house, it's peaceful. I like that because I can't take noise.
Mhm.
Not especially not when I'm in my house. I can't take it. But other than that, though, on the radio, how you feeling though, man? What's going on?
I got to talk you offline anyway, but other than that,
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna set my live up for tomorrow. I'm just gonna chill today. Um, because I need to reach out to some people for some chop ups anyway. So I got a couple of amateur fighters I want to reach out to today. For all y'all that's not following my channel, go follow. Go subscribe to the No Doug Zone podcast, man.
yeah, do
Like I
that, please.
said,
Yeah,
we
do
don't
that.
just talk boxing. My morning chop ups are every morning at 8 a.m. At some point, it's probably going to. I always say this because something always comes up, but at some point, the morning chop ups are going to put change where they probably won't be the morning chop ups like that, only because of what I'm trying to do. But at some point, I'm going to try to make sure that it goes. But we don't just talk boxing, we talk life. We talk a lot of different things. We don't talk politics. I don't really get into all that thing. All that shit ain't for me. I'm not really in that department. But we just talk about how to better ourselves and how to keep these kids off the streets and what do we need to do more with ourselves to get to where we need to be in life. So, stuff like that. So go subscribe to the No Duck Zone podcast. If you're not subscribed, I'll tell you, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that on the radio, I'm gonna take it down, man. I got a few fighters I gotta reach out to, brother. But
Okay.
hey, get at me though, man.
Yeah, I might get you a little later on because I might do other red box talk or I might not. I don't know.
So what I'll do is this, because I'm always having D free up and I don't mind, but I also want to get it up. So if I go live tomorrow at 8 a.m., just I'll send you a link and you just come up.
Got you.
We'll chop it. We'll chop it up. We'll do that.
All right.
And I'm gonna put it up to let people know you coming in because that's what I try to do. I don't know if you know too underrated. For anybody who don't know, and I found this out just dealing with D free too, that how you also get people to come to your channel more is to do a lot of shorts, like short videos.
Yeah.
Do short videos or tag post up in your channel. Like say like if you're doing something with me or whatever it is that you're doing, post up in your channel, but do a lot of YouTube shorts, and that's how you
Mm-hmm.
can get a lot of people to come to where you at.
Yeah. I gotta get back up doing shorts too. Yeah, that's true.
Even if you're sitting home, I could sit in the living room right now and I could just turn the lights on and I could just be telling people, "Hey, happy Sunday," which that's probably what I'm gonna get ready to do because it's Sunday. So I'm gonna just tell
Yeah.
people, "Happy Sunday." Tomorrow I'll be live. You know what I'm saying? 8 a.m. I do the morning chop ups, but tomorrow morning we'll talk boxing. Something like that. Because I'd rather get it out the way in the morning. Because if I do the morning chop up, somebody gonna come in talking some boxing. I already know, so I might as well go ahead and get it out the way. Because that's gonna be it after that. All that. Who you want to see Crawford fight next? I don't care about all that. He just fought. I'm not worrying about who him and Canelo fought. I'm not worrying about that. I'll worry about that next year. I'll worry about it when they make an
Right.
announcement. I'm worrying about who's fighting next. If you just fought, I'm not worrying about who you fight next. I'll worry about that when the time I sub to you. I thought I already was though. D Love, I appreciate it. Well, it happens. I thought I was sub to a lot of people. And then I gotta go back and feel stupid because I'll be like, oh man, this dude had this channel for like how long? And I thought I was sub. I'll be feeling so bad. But I appreciate you, D Love. But yeah, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., y'all all come through to the No Doug Zone podcast. We will continue to talk about this Crawford and Canelo. I'll basically speak about, what I saw, what I felt. And after that, I'm closing the conversations on Canelo and them. And then I'll be back. The 20th is Saturday. So probably, oh, listen, too. I don't know if you know, y'all, but we lost another great fighter.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Ricky Hatton.
Yeah.
Um, Now, this week, y'all should be showing y'all respect to him. Don't tell me nothing about because he's from the UK. He's white. I don't want to talk about him. We just want to celebrate Crawford a whole week. You can celebrate Crawford a whole week next year, the year after. There's no problem with that. But we got to pay our respects. We're going to pay our respects.
Yeah,
So
I should do a special on him
so
tomorrow.
so I'm gonna do a special on him on actually I'm gonna do a special on him tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
I'll be on StreamYard with it because
Okay.
I had to restore my StreamYard. So I'll be on StreamYard with it tomorrow. We'll talk about Ricky Hatton, and then Thursday for Throwback Thursday, we're gonna talk some fights that Ricky Hatton was in.
He
Um,
was in some great ones too.
yeah. So the Throwback Thursday, I'll pick a fight that he was in, and then we'll go from there. But I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with y'all. Yeah, yeah, D Love, Ricky Hatton. Don't listen. He seemed to be just fine. We seen him this year. He seemed to be just
Right.
fine. He seemed to be just fine. But you know what? After boxing, you just don't know. And then sometimes you don't see these guys. You don't know.
Right.
You don't know, man. This was a great loss. Cause I'm not gonna
Great
act like I
loss.
wasn't. I'm not gonna act like I wasn't a Ricky Hatton fan.
Me too. I was a Ricky Hatton when I read it this
I
morning,
I
bro.
didn't root for him. I didn't root for him when he fought Floyd. Cause I'm like, man, that's Floyd. But yeah, so I'm gonna do the Ricky Hatton tomorrow. 6:05. Y'all more than welcome to come through. Come through 6:05. Throwback Thursday. I'm gonna pick a fight that Ricky Hat was in. Throwback Thursday, D Love. We salute all the throwback fighters. We don't even talk about today's fighters. When we do Throwback Thursdays, we salute old school fighters. From the 90s, the 80s, maybe the 70s. Maybe we might go back further than that. Depends on who we talking about. So when we doing that, we don't bring up today's fighters. We don't do it. We give our throwback fighters their flowers, rather if they're here or not. So that's what we do. But underrated, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all make sure
Thank
y'all join me.
you.
Join me 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, y'all, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. Love y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. Underrated. I love you. Get at me, man. Call me.
Oh, I'll call you.
All right, brother. Later.
Bitch. All right. I'm ready to close this out. This is the last of the 11th Sunday conversation with number one grinder family. Um, hashtag the truth. 2025, we get number one grinder. Thanks for brother McLean, better known as brother Bronx Biggs in the building. Shout out to everybody that came through in the chat. Thank y'all so much. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get up out of here myself. I might come back on later. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be on YouTube, but it'll probably be on Instagram. You never know. I might come. Oh, I might do YouTube, but I don't think it probably do YouTube off the phone. I don't know. It depends. It depends how I feel. I don't know. All right. So far I know the Bills lead the New York Jets 7-0. That's last time. Thank you. Appreciate you. Reach out to you. And uh, let it be. All right. So thank y'all. Have a great Sunday. This one is Ghost out. Ghost. Peace.